How you want it, dog? That's what Dylan Thunderman said. He said, how you want it? You want to go out ugly? You want to go out late? I got you on both parts. 31 picked that ball up out there from Drew Aller, who did the same damn thing he did against Notre Dame last year in a game where all they got to do is throw a touchdown, is run for a touchdown, and kick the extra point, and you get a top 10 win. Instead, we are right back to where the hell I said Penn State was and where they have not moved from, because we cannot trust Penn State to beat a top 10 team. They are now 4-2-1. 4-2-1 against top 10 opponents. And you know what? It could be worse. You know how I know it could be worse? Because Oregon ranked number 6 in the AP's poll and number 2 in mine. So for me, it's also a top 5 loss that Penn State has also suffered. And this one's at a whiteout. It's at night. It's at your home stadium. And after you fought back from 2 touchdowns, get back to get this into overtime, you feel like you're going to get something going on here. Denied Dennis Sutton snatches one out the air from Dante Moore. All you got to do is run the football. That's what's been working for you. Take the ball out of that boy's hands and put it into the man's hands and go get your win. But no, we don't get nothing and none of that from James Franklin as Big Game James shows up again to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, so that Penn State fans got to go, damn, RJ going to be up on us all day, all tomorrow. No, you're wrong about that. I'm on you right now. I'm on you on Saturday night because nothing has changed, dog. Nothing has changed. Oh, my God. I feel so bad for Penn State fans. You didn't ask for this. You didn't ask for this. This is not who you want to be when you grow up. That's not what you're thinking when you said we are Penn State. I'm looking at all these white folks out here in white. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these black folks out here in white. You know what I'm saying? And everybody trying to be on the good foot. Talk about Oregon. Who is Oregon? Except the Big Ten champs. Except the same team that beat y'all in the Big Ten championship. Except a team that's proven they can beat a top, 5 team. Like you, damn it. People forget. The AP had them at number 2, dropped to number 3, knowing this week because they're trying to hedge, trying to get out in front. Meanwhile, I'm catching static. I'm catching smoke because Penn State keep moving down my rankings. You know why? Because games like this stay on their resume. That's why. We're not ranking teams to be ranking teams. We are ranking teams that be good. LSU going to take a dive. Ole Miss going to move up. Know how I know that? Ole Miss beat LSU today. Okay? All Penn State had to do was what Ole Miss did to LSU today. That's all they had to do. All Penn State had to do was do what Bama did to Georgia today. That's all. That's it. That's all you had to do. It was right there for you. Instead, now I'm going to get to talking about James Franklin, talking about there are 100 teams that want to be where we are. Yeah. We know all that. We know all that. Where y'all are, it's not where you want to be, though. That's the point. That's the point. When you go to church tomorrow, and you better wear your little Nittany Lion pin to church tomorrow. When you go to church tomorrow, and they ask you, what happened? You got to tell them with a straight face that you don't know. Yeah, you'll have excuses. We didn't run the ball well, which, true until late. We didn't throw the ball well, which is just true. I mean, Drew Aller went 13 of 24, 132, 2 TDs and a pick. That's a Drew Aller line. I don't understand what it is the NFL people be telling you when they be like, yeah, Drew Aller, that could be a number 1 overall pick. Based on what? Based on what? Do you realize that Drew Aller and this particular litter of Nittany Lions ain't beat nobody but Boise State and Southern Methodist? Do you realize that? Do you realize that they are 0-4 against Michigan and Ohio State? They're 0-4 against Oregon. It's another way of saying they are 0-4 with teams that they should be punching up to beat. Somebody told y'all that was Bud Crawford over there. They ain't Bud Crawford over there. No. Know who that is over there? Diego Corrales. Getting punched in the face. Having to get back up after getting punched in the face. Get punched in the face again. Get punched in the face again. All right? Go back and watch the Friday night fights Joe Tess used to call Floyd Mayweather used to put that boy on the floor. That's who Oregon was tonight. Hey, hey, look, they made it entertaining. And we like an entertaining game. It went into overtime. Maybe you'll take that with you. Maybe that make you feel good when you wake up in the morning, you know that you were one loss team. Somebody gonna keep you in the top 10. Hell, I might keep you right where you are, right there at 8. 8. Ain't that good, dog. They're just not that good. They're just not that good. I hate keep saying it, but Oregon is closer to winning the national championship than Penn State is. And that should burn up the person that got to wear the Nittany Lion pin on a lapel, got to wear the navy blue tie to church tomorrow, just going to be mad. Just going to be punching air tomorrow as they get in the sermon. Because all you're going to be thinking about is late last night at a whiteout. Not quite getting it done against a team that got to travel across 3 time zones to play you. My God. A first-year quarterback. I mean, I'm putting Dante Moore in there. Yeah, we started at UCLA, but you get my point here. Dante also played lights out. That play he made to Gary Bryant to put them in the end zone to win the game, that's the kind of play Drew Allen should be making. That boy went 29 to 39 for 248, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions, 0 interceptions, 0 interceptions. I hear it now. Some Nittany Lion fan out there going like the refs robbed us. The refs should have never overturned that play. That boy's knee was not on the ground. That should have been a TD for Penn State. You know what you shouldn't do? You know what the first rule of playing football in front of referees is? Do not leave it up to no damn referee. That's your fault. That's on you. You are at home. People are loud when you play defense. People are quiet when you on offense. Tell me how that's not working for you. Tell the 100,000 people that showed up to Happy Valley to watch you get beat tonight that's working for you. I be trying to tell y'all, man, look, if it was better, I would say so. But when you got a true freshman and DeCorian Moore that can go 7 catches for 89 yards on you and your Jim Knowles defense, the Jim Knowles defense that was supposed to be brought in for this game, man, Will Stein better have himself a beer. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all better serve that man up something nice on the way back because Jim Knowles took Ohio State and stumped a mud hole in Will Stein in Oregon last year, walked it dry. And then Penn State went and hired a dude, the only dude that was able to beat Ohio State in a bowl game when they got to have it and said, hey, we need you to do that for us. And what Jim Knowles do? Everything in his power, goddammit, but he couldn't get no sacks. You realize they sacked Ohio State something like 8 times, had like negative 23 rush yards in the Rose Bowl. They got 0 sacks at Dante Moore tonight. 0. Them boys rushed for 176 yards on that Jim Knowles defense. They went 6 of 18 on 3rd down. That's the only thing they did well. But on 4th down, 5 of 7. You know how mad I'd be to find out somebody went 5 of 7 on me on 4th down if I'm a defense coordinator? Man, well, I'm going to come in there with a baseball bat talking about, show me a locker. I need a pinata. I need something to take out my frustrations on because this can't stand, homie. We not doing this, homie. You can't have it this way, homie. We're not doing that. No. We have so much more to conversate about as it relates to what the Penn State Nittany Lions are about, might not be about, because remember this, Indiana is 5-0. Penn State is not. Oh my God. We come back. We got to talk about Alabama just putting the bumper clock, putting the hex on Georgia and how that worked out once again for Ty Simpson and Ryan Grubb, who might be onto something. Be back after a very short break, talk about the big SEC matchup and who actually runs the SEC now that Georgia has taken a loss. My goodness. Back on Adapt and Respond with me, RJ Young. If you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, liking this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Did you expect Alabama to defeat Georgia in Sanford on Saturday night? Because if you did, I got to tell you, I need you to tell me about the lotto numbers, and I need you to tell me about who the next president is going to be. I need you to come up with the Gray's Almanac and tell me what I need to be circling in there, because there were a whole lot of people not from the state of Alabama was like, nah, Georgia's going to roll this team, because we had seen what happened to Alabama when they played Florida State on the road. And since last night, we also saw Florida State get handled by Virginia in 2 overtimes. So we're not quite sure that Florida State's any good, but we're also not quite sure that Alabama's any good. And Alabama could change all of that by going into Sanford and getting a win. And I realized the ABC got things they got to sell, and they got a story they want to tell. But Ty Simpson's speech in the lead up, his best Ed Reed impersonation is going to need some. It needs some work. It needs some work. That boy go to church, and it shows. You know, no disrespect to people that go to church. I go to church. You know what I'm saying? It's more like I needed some more nasty and some more violence from our quarterback. If you gonna talk like you gonna talk out there, I need you to put more bass in your voice, and I need you to put more 4-letter words in your voice, because we going into hostile territory, and you're right about that. But I just needed to be a little more demonstration. But you know what he said? Hey, RJ, didn't I do enough? Didn't we win? You damn right, dog. My bad. My fault. 24-21. Bama over Georgia. Now, a lot of things happen in this game. A lot of fun happened in this game. But it all starts with Ty Simpson stirring the drink. That dude was moving and shaking like his name was Gunnar Stockton. Like, I was looking at this game and going, this looks like Gunnar Stockton against Tennessee. And then what did Gunnar Stockton look like? Gunnar Stockton looked like a dude that played high school football last year, but didn't play it last year. He played a year before last. The man went 13-24 and 30. Now, that aside, Georgia ran the ball really well. Over 200 yards on the ground against that Kane Womack defense. Can't see if they're coming or going. But I know that Georgia was thinking, oh no, and Alabama was feeling itself when you window dressed into 5 wide and a stacked formation to the near side, and you threw a wide receiver screen to a 359-pound man, and he damn near walked into the end zone. Shout out to Cade Proctor. All the big men in the world was going, that's ours. That's my man's. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. Throw that man the ball more often. You know what I'm saying? He was, hey, give it back to him. He was getting in there. What I love most about that, though, in that scoring drive, honestly, in that Caden Proctor gave everybody the whoop-de-woo, and then I'm running right through you, and if my foot don't step out of bounds, I'm scoring 6. It's that my man got right back up, ran his big behind over there to get in his 3-point stance, snap the ball at right tackle, run to the other side. He was in shape. He is in shape. I'm telling y'all, we got men half his size couldn't have done what he did. All that running, all that sprinting, you get up off the ground after other people put you on the ground, you run all the way over to the other hash mark, and you get settled and you go block somebody? Not block somebody. You block the Georgia defensive lineman. Give Caden Proctor all the game balls, dog. That one play was everything for me. And I said, you know what? If they win this football game, that's going to be the play I talk about. That's it. I don't give a damn about what Jeremy Bernard did. I don't give a damn about what Isaiah Horton did. I don't give a damn about what Ryan Williams did. The only receiver that I cared about was the right tackle, that is Caden Proctor. Lord glory be. You know what I'm saying? His parents, I can't imagine. If I'm a parent watching that happen, and I know I got an offensive lineman for a child, you can't tell me nothing for the rest of my life. Nothing. I'm going to walk into church tomorrow, and I'm wearing it all. You know what I'm saying? I might even need to go see the tailor, call him up tonight, and be like, hey, fit me up for the pinstripe. I got to go to Zion AME, and I got to be looking right. You know what I'm saying? And you know how we do with the African Methodist Episcopal Church. You know you got church crown for your woman, right? We got to have the big tie. We got to have the big Windsor. Some of y'all remember Merrill Hodge. Got to have that out. You got to have the big picture of the pin of your boy Caden Proctor right here. That's what got to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's where I be at. So what we get out of this, we get Bama doing what I said other people need to do if they want to take this from Georgia. Georgia runs this conference until somebody takes it from them. They showed signs that they could be beaten against Tennessee. And then Kalen DeBoer gets to walk into tonight's press conference and say, I am 2-0 against Kirby Smart. Okay? You know who's not 2-0 against Kirby Smart? Nick Saban. You know who got losses against Kirby Smart? Nick Saban. I need y'all to get up off my behind. We got children. Watch the show. I would not begrudge that man some sunning tonight. And by some sunning, I mean, if you go sit, like, we in this era now that where coaches getting questions that are obvious and great are going, why y'all always picking on the bad stuff? Fool, because you off on third down. That's why. Brian Kelly, my God, he was off on third down against Ole Miss tonight. Why y'all always bringing up old stuff? Because you're not that good, and that's our job. But tonight, if Kalen DeBoer want to do some sunning, do some sunning. And by some sunning, I mean, son, we won this football game like this. Or son, I knew that Ty Simpson was going to do what he going. Son, yes, I hired Ryan Grubb because he's the best offensive coordinator again. Son, like a lot of sunning, He want to get his South Dakota into his Southern accent. We can do that. It's time for that. Put on Peacock, because it's the only time you're going to get to Peacock is after wins like this one, man. Ty Simpson, line was 24-38 for 276, 2 TDs through the air. Also was capable on the ground, had a rushing TD there as well. Isaiah Horton played well, but, Jeremy Bernard, that dude, he could be different. We know what Ryan Brooks is capable of. We know that he can do. I think more than anything else, we were surprised at how good Alabama's defense was at pass defense, even though they got absolutely destroyed in rush defense. And frankly, we thought that whatever would happen, Georgia would find a way. But take it this way. Georgia just can't come from behind against Bama. It's not a thing they get to do. Against other teams, I find it really funny that Georgia can fall behind by 2 TDs or more, 2 scores, right? 2 scores. So let's call it 10 points. Let's call it 9 points. 2 scores or more. And you can count on them to go get that thing done. Against the University of Alabama, they are 0-3 when they trail by double digits. Everybody else 7-2. Against Bama, they're 0-3. Also, wild to see, now it's not just that Nick Saban owns Nick Saban owns Georgia. It's that Alabama owns Georgia, because Georgia is 55-2 against everybody else that they have played over the last 5 years. 55-2. Against Alabama, they are 1-4. So on the one hand, we have a Kalen DeBoer that can't be trusted to beat every unranked opponent he faces. We got a Kalen DeBoer can't be trusted to win 10 games. We got a Kalen DeBoer that can't trust it to get into the college football playoff, let alone the SEC championship game. But we do have a Kalen DeBoer that owns the hell out of Georgia. And you know what? That might go a long way for Bama fans. That might go quite a long way. But now you set a bar. Now you got to beat Tennessee. Now you got to beat Oklahoma. Now you got to beat. There's so many more people you got to beat. But this is going to help you. This is going to be a really big deal for you. And I'm happy for you. I really am. I think this is great. I think this also gives us a state of play in the SEC where Ole Miss is undefeated, right? Alabama's undefeated in SEC competition. Mississippi State ain't nobody's doormat. Vanderbilt is 5-0, which also makes them undefeated in SEC competition. A&M is undefeated, which also makes them undefeated in SEC competition. Oh, yeah, Oklahoma's idle this week. And I don't know if you heard this or not, but the best hand surgeon in the entire world, top flight of the world, Craig, of the world, not just the city, the world, was working on John Mateer's hand. So I would not be shocked to see him playing a little bit of football against the University of Texas. And by the way, since I'm here already, let me go ahead. Let me help some of y'all out. For the folks that have the nerve to say, your QB1 probably shouldn't play against Texas because he was hurt. I'm sorry. Are you the ops? Are you the ops? Let me, for the old folks that watch this, are you the cops? Are you rooting? Who's on your payroll? Whose payroll are you on when you say these things? Is it that you don't want the smoke? Because most Texas fans to be like, nah, I want him healthy. I want him healthy. I want that hand fully healed. I wish he never broke it. I want the full dose of Oklahoma because I want the full dose of Texas. I don't want no bloodied Arch Manning. I want the glowing one. I want the golden child. I want the dude that Ohio State got to play. And by that, I don't mean the dude that, he turned out to be. I mean, hey, before going to that game, that's a Heisman Trophy finalist, right? That's the one you want. So I don't understand. No, RJ, I'm trying to look after you. I'm trying to say that, you might be better off with the QB2 who's healthy. You must be new to college football, fool. You must be brand damn new. Ain't nobody ever wanted their QB2 to be their starter when their starter's fully healthy, except maybe at Ole Miss. That boy Trinidad, all gold, everything. Chambliss is different, dog. He's in the Heisman conversation for me. You realize that boy's got 3 stars, 1,219 yards, 7 TDs, and a pick. He's thrown for at least 300 yards against everybody he's played. And today, he went straight at LSU's throat. That's the number 9 scoring defense. He put up 314 through the air, 71 on the ground. That boy said, give me all the smoke. I want it. Trinidad Chambliss. Man, we in the era of these names just being out here, dog. These names is crazy. You know what happened? I'm looking at a child named Trinidad Chambliss, and I'm also looking at another child named Rocky Beers, and I'm also looking at another child, named the Realist Clark, and another child called Prairie Young Black Goat, and another child called Cash Cheeks. I think the YNs might say pause. I'm looking at another one called Mobility. I'm looking at another one called Eli Brick Handler, Tommy Running Rabbit, King Large. We got a Demon Clowney and a Demon June. We got a Squirrel White. Man, we got a Icy Hopkins. Got a Chance Gamble. We got a Legend Journey. We got a Hands Hammer. You know what had happened was, us unks, we didn't got old enough to be naming our children. And we ain't wait to have no children until we was OGs. You know what I'm saying? Like, this probably would have been smart for our generation. Us who lived through a literal plague, 2 financial crises, and 2 wars overseas. Just to name some things. But now we old enough to be naming children. So we come up with Trinidad, and that's tame. That's tame. I can't wait to see what these YNs come up with. I don't know if they're going to name their kids ChatGPT. This is TikTok extraordinaire million followers, whatever it is they're going to come up with. I don't know. I do know this, though. There's that meme that's going around about 100 unks versus 100 YNs and no guns. Everybody right. Y'all cooked. All these 16 to 26-year-olds. Hey, man. My hands already got too many scars on them. Like, you hear this? You what I'm saying is, you don't want it with us. We throw bricks. We throw bricks. We throw chairs. We throw you at each other because ain't none of y'all weigh nothing. Everybody look at me and be like, you don't weigh nothing. Yeah, you can try me. A lot of people try me. See how heavy the hands is. That's what we found out about Alabama. Hey, our hands is heavy. Our hands is heavy. Have we been beaten before? Yes. But guess what? We got back up. And now we throw in our hands again. And Georgia got to find out, hey, man, this cement in them dudes' hands over there. Yeah, that's what it is. You know who ain't got cement in their hands, though? And we'll do this on the way out. It's a team that we thought was a top 25 team. That might not be no top 25 team at all. And they might just be who they are, given who the coach is. Let's do that after a short break. Back on Adapt and Respond with me, RJ Young. If you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, liking this video, and answer questions in the comments below. Do you believe that Florida State should be a top 25 team? Do you believe that USC should be a top 25 team? Or last I checked, all these BYU fans that was in my mentions talking about why we ain't no top 25 team. Have you seen the Colorado score presently? We can talk about if it changes. We can. But presently, get up out my mentions. Get out of my mentions. Go do a mission trip. Come back when you're 28 or something. Play some football. So I'm going through my top 25, and I'm trying to figure some things out as we got some moving and shaking like we would, and seeing who's going to change spots and who's going to do what. But after Florida State took this loss to Virginia, I'm going, is it Florida State's bad? No, it's not that Florida State's bad. It might be just that Virginia's good, based entirely on what we saw from Bama against Georgia tonight. Okay? Now, teams can metamorphosize or photosynthesize, whatever transmorphify, whatever Professor McGonagall you want to do. You know what I'm saying? transfiguration you want to do, you can do that. You can play that math you want to with Bama. But what I saw from Florida State was a team that just sloppy. And Virginia was sloppy too. They just sloppy at home. And they end up getting the win, being sloppy at home, unlike Penn State, who just can't help themselves. But the thing about SC that bothered me, thing that I wanted to talk with you about, is this Lincoln Riley experience. So for those of you that don't know, or, maybe you are on Bill and Ted's bogus journey, bogus adventure, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all come back from the future to find out that Lincoln Riley, in fact, is not the head coach at Oklahoma, but is the head coach at USC, and that he left Oklahoma claiming that he believed he could turn USC into the Mecca of football. Mecca of college football, excuse me. Let me put the qualifier in there, as if that makes it any better. But at Oklahoma, some might say, might be a qualifier for a Mecca of college football, maybe. Maybe you put 10 teams in that list. Oklahoma might be one of them. He was 15-6 against AP top 25 opponents. 15-6. That's not bad. Means that basically the only time he was getting his ass whooped was in the playoff. Which, a lot of people don't make it through the playoff. We ain't happy about it, but it's the way it went. So you go from winning 10 games, 11 games, 12 games, 13 games. At Oklahoma, never win 13 games at Oklahoma. You win in championships. You're playing in the playoff. You got a good football team. You got 2 Heisman Trophy winners and 2 number 1 overall picks. Spencer Rattler ends up being Spencer Rattler. Tanner Mordecai ends up being Tanner Mordecai. But for the most part, you got a pretty damn good hit rate. You know what I'm saying? So you up and you go, like the Jodes, Grapes of Wrath out there to Hollywood. And it goes about the way that people think it would to start. You got a Heisman Trophy winner in Caleb Williams, number 1 overall pick, who can't seem to bring the Bears into, the 21st century as it relates to passing the football, even though that's a great quarterback and ain't nothing to do with his fault. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. If Lincoln Riley picks a quarterback, you got to bet on that quarterback. He's just been immaculate in what he's been able to do. Him and Ryan Day, if they tell you that a dude can play quarterback, just take it to the bank. That's what we've been doing. So when Miller Moss became the guy after what he did in the Holiday Bowl, something like 6 TDs against Louisville, we was like, all right, cool. Miller Moss might be next. Then he gave that boy the bench like he did Spencer Rattler. Okay. So what you do? You get Jaden Mayava, who was put on, by the way, of all people, Brennan Marion, who was offensive coordinator at UNLV at the time, now the head coach at San Francisco State. Yeah, San Francisco State, where they had to bench Jaden Rashada, but that's another story altogether. So he transferred to SC, where he's going to sit behind Miller Moss. And then he gets going to games. Miller Moss keeps throwing interceptions. And we find out Jaden Mayava might be that dude. Against Illinois today, he went for 3 bills plus. He threw his first interception all season, but it's a good Illinois defense. You expect that. But the thing that bothered me the most about this is USC is a top 25 opponent. Illinois is a top 25 opponent. USC had owned Illinois up until today. Like, you had to go back to 1989 for the last time that Illinois beat USC. Like something like 6 straight wins or whatever. Then I get this fact dropped on me like a ton of bricks. USC is 4-11 against AP top 25 opponents since Lincoln Riley arrived there. What that means by definition is that you can be trusted to beat everybody you're supposed to, because we never expect USC to not be a top 25 team. Okay. Given that we have 136 FBS teams, the top 25, you could say, yeah, all right, cool. They should give them a run for their money. But the idea that Lincoln Riley would go from going 15-6 to 4-11, you damn man, you flipped that, is wild to me. Like, now he's still got 6 more games against top 25 opponents before we can get a 1-1. But it's fair to say, I don't expect you to believe that 10-11 is any better than 15-6, even if it's at SC. And now that you're in the Big Ten, which is a bigger conference than the Pac-12 was, and a more competitive conference than the Pac-12 was, it feels like it's just going to be hard. Because now it's not just that you got to deal with Oregon, Washington, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. It's that you also have to deal with Indiana, Illinois, as you learned today, and up and down this thing as people have learned how to use the transfer portal. So while we have been asking the question about what's going to happen with Arkansas and Sam Pittman, we've seen what happened with Mike Gundy. We saw what happened with Deshaun Foster. I don't think that they're anywhere close to doing that with Lincoln Riley, to be clear. but they did not hire the man to not play for championships. That's just not it. You brought him in here to play for championships. Just like I was making allusion to Jim Knowles was brought into Penn State to make a good defense, a great defense. And today, both of those men did not meet the standard that they themselves set elsewhere, which goes to show you just how difficult it can be to walk into another place and set the standard that you had at the last place, because nothing is the same. And the only thing constant in our game is change. That's going to do it for this episode of Adapt and Respond. If you like the live shows, tell me that in the comments below because I need to hear it. And if you listen to the podcast on Spotify or Apple, please leave us a 5-star review. Yes, I owe a ton of stickers and I'm sending them out. And if you want a sticker, go ahead and fill out the form in the description below. There's a link. Tell me that you rated it. Show me that you rated it and give me some time, as I am one man filling out a whole bunch of stickers, trying to send them quite literally all over the world. But I am doing it, and it is a thing we're doing. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Doses.